Great going, Alessandro. Back at Bali Ultra at aid station 2, kilometer 15, Alessandro Sherpa has just climbed and descended Mount Batur for the first time. 50k is essentially an out and back course. They have to climb Batur twice. And Alessandro currently looks comfortably in the lead.
Hi Chris.
Hey Alessandro, it's going very well apparently.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is today. It's getting hot now.
Yes. But the worst should be done. Okay. Can I have a Coke as well?
Yeah. So runners will be taking this aid station again in 15 kilometers from now. They do an extra loop around here and then they go the same way back up Batur and down again to the lava field, and from the lava field it's back up to the finish line at the Geopark Museum. Alessandro, here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there he goes again. The 2018 ATM champion, the vice champion last year. He was also third in 2022. He has a great track record in the Asia Master Championship. And this year he really wants to get it done again. The second ATM title. At TMBT, a race he has done before. If I'm not mistaken, that was in 2019. And he finished third place there behind Milton Amat and Hisashi Kitamura, but also seemed to remember he was not in the best shape, suffering a little bit from an injury if I recall correctly. In the meantime, you can enjoy these fantastic views here today. It's been a really beautiful morning. It's also been perfect weather so far. Now it's getting hotter, very clearly, and it will become very hot and humid as always here in Bali Ultra. But the runners have been lucky so far with the weather. It's been very cool, we could even say, at the start. And the first kilometers all the way to the foot of Mount Batur through the lava field. You can see our videos on Facebook and YouTube. We will be posting the videos also on our new WhatsApp channel, by the way. More news on that to come. We have a public WhatsApp channel where you can also see the most important news items and the videos from the Asia Master Championship series. And yeah, we're live, so we're waiting for the next runner. Based on our previous videos, that should be one of the Japanese runners, but we do not know exactly where he is at the moment. Aurora Dacier was the first female. She's on the 50k as well. She was third overall. Logically speaking, the gap will have increased by now, of course, because Sherpa looks comfortable, he looks fast. He's also motivated for this race. Originally it was not on his schedule, but he came back from Italy to Asia earlier. And that also has to do with TMBT. It's also for professional reasons in the case of Sherpa. But for sure, it's also related to Borneo TMBT. Just like last year, Tsiksorogo, Lawu Ultra, Sherpa came about a month early to acclimatize again to the Southeast Asian conditions. And he did very well as a result. In the championship race, he was well ahead of Christian Jurgensen and Jeff Campbell, for example. And we have the second runner coming down there now. And that's not the Japanese runner, that's one of the Indonesian runners. We will find out the name very soon because there's a checkpoint here, number 510. Very good. We were told that Hariri, the winner of Mantra 116, would be in the race, but we have never met Hariri, or I have never met Hariri myself, so I would not immediately recognize him. Mantra 116 was covered by Mark Timin, as you recall, last month. Very good job.
Sarapan, Pak? Ya, makasih. Oh,
Wil-
boleh dibuatin? Nah,
Wildan Etawa
from Banyuwangi,
from Banyuwangi.
Java.
All right. So Banyuwangi, East Java.
Go Indonesia, go.
Indonesia.
Yang KRI harga mati.
Iya. Iya, alhamdulillah. Ini
Sarapan dulu mas,
makanannya
biar
sih.
kuat mas.
Kalau ada kentang, ada ketela.
Wildan Etawa.
Oke.
Pretty sure it's the first time
Ya, kita buang sini.
he's taking part here on the Asia Trail Master Circuit. I do not recall anybody from Banyuwangi in our series before. We had a race, Ijen Trail, before COVID for many years. Beautiful event, Ijen Trail. Was held out of Bondowoso though, not out of Banyuwangi. For the Ijen volcano enthusiasts, we might be getting Ijen back on the race calendar. Maybe not yet next year. There could be candidate race. There's a new event coming up. The old event from Bondowoso is currently still on hold. No news when it can be held again. We were told that the Corona crisis, the COVID crisis, was a particularly bad. Was a particularly bad situation. Also, eventually economically for the Bondowoso region, and as a result, the Ijen Trail has not been held since 2019. But there is a new event that also includes the Ijen volcano in East Java, and that is taking place very soon, I believe. But it's on the same weekend as correct. It's on the same weekend as our season opener, season 10 opener, Dieng Trail Run in Central Java, and obviously we cannot be promoting another race on the same weekend. So we have the first two runners. Let's wait for the first female runner during this live stream, so please bear with us if there is no runner coming for a while. In the meantime, we can all enjoy the views of the Batur region. Gunung Batur, of course, hot on the tourist trail. I don't know if you can see it on screen, but there's hundreds of tourists coming down the mountain as well. It's a little bit complicated for sure for the runners, especially if they want to descend fast. Batur is one of the highlights of any Bali visits, especially the people who like a bit more an active holiday, a bit more outdoorsy. It's been hot on the tourist trail for 25-30 years now, Gunung Batur. I myself climbed it for the first time in 2001. It's not very difficult, especially not if you're just hiking up, if you're not in a race. It's quite steep in parts, so if you for the race, this race, Bali Ultra, it is actually a tough exercise. It's intensive. It's intense, yeah, to reach the summit. Not very long, but steep. And also in the descent, there are some technical bits, so you need to stay focused in any case. But up there, the view is absolutely stunning, especially then for sunrise with the Batur Lake also on the other side of this, on the other side of the volcano. So every morning, or I should say, every night, there's a lot of tourists going up, and then on the summit they wait for sunrise. And I'm pretty sure that today they also had a good glimpse of Gunung Agung. That's the big brother, more than 3,000 meters, 3,700 I believe, above sea level, Gunung Agung. And sometimes you can even see Rinjani from up here, when it's really very clear. And there we have the next runners. And that to me looks like Ahmad Nizar, which would be surprising in a way, because Nizar also raced yesterday, but it is Ahmad Nizar. So again on podium course with the Japanese runner who started quickly earlier today, just behind him. Excellent. And this is not a Japanese runner, this is another Indonesian runner, of course. Behind me there's number 5, but we follow Ahmad Nizar and we try to identify the number 4 here. Ahmad Nizar 8th in last year's Asia Trail Master Final. Finishing this race would give him the opportunity to be back in it. Muhammad Fari is together with him. And Hariri, Mantra 116 last month. Excellent.
Let's go.
So the Indonesian runners are coming around now. Particularly curious to see how close Fariri will still get to Sherpa, if at all, of course. But he was very impressive last month in Malang. But clearly taking his time here. And here we have the first Japanese runner coming into the station as well now. As a matter of fact, he's not Japanese, he's Korean. Apologies for that. Kyu-ho Lee from Korea. And there we have also Aurore Dacier, Rahmat Septianto and Yoyong Sakaile. Rahmat must be the first one on the 80k. How's it going, Rahmat? All right.
New category.
Yeah.
New look.
Nomornya?
Bapaknya nih dah.
Yoyong, how's it going?
Oke. Sarapan, Pak. Mau sarapan? Sarapan. English ya? Oke. Yang berlintas?
When's the next aid station?
Yeah.
The same one.
Next one?
Yeah, next
Yeah.
one.
How many kilometers?
15 or something. But maybe there's another one. Yeah. But you come back here later.
Yang berlintas?
I think I have enough. Alright, let's go.
Aurore Dacier leading the 50k race. Here we still have Fariri. As a matter of fact, I think Fariri might be on the 80k, not on the 50. So that means he's in competition with Rahmat Septianto there in blue. Yoyong leaving the station. Duarte Fuentes told me he's on the 50. Here we have the Korean runner, and I believe he's also on the 50k. Kyu-ho Lee. We did not get a start list for the race, so that's why it's been a bit difficult to identify some of the runners we are not so familiar with. Like Kyu-ho Lee, first time we're seeing him. Also here Fariri, he won Mantra, but Fariri Hariri, Mamun. He's having a very good breakfast here. But he follows Rahmat Septianto, so that's the first two runners on the 80 kilometers. The others are on the 50. Here we have the next runners coming in. And he's also on the 80. Getting the hang. This is Didi Yusuf, yeah. He's also one of the pre-race favorites. On the 50k here we have Budi. Didi Yusuf has been on the Asia Trail Master circuit before. So that's 1, 2, 3 for Indonesia at the moment.
Yeah, thank you. Pak Chris, bye-bye.
Yeah. Hariri, Mamun, Rahmat Septianto and Didi Yusuf. That's the top 3 in the men's 80 kilometer at the moment, and the gaps are still very small. Meanwhile, we have the next 50k runner coming in. He was also one of the fastest starters this morning from France. Testar. So second French runner here, so Aurora Dacier. She also hails from France, from the south of France, the Provence. Grew up close to Cannes, famous for the film festival every year.
No, thank you.
Water. Good luck.
And he also exits the station. Let's wait for the next runners.
Orang ngurusin orang lari kan?
So Alessandro Sherpa is leading the 50k quite comfortably by himself. And the first chasers are Ahmad Nizar and Willan. Let's see if we can still capture the leader in the women's 80 kilometer. That should normally be Angelica Ballo. Based on our updates from earlier on this morning. That was of course before they hit Mount Batur, but Angeli is a strong runner, strong climber also, so that should normally not be a problem. So let's keep this stream rolling. The runners will be coming back to the same aid station here in 15 kilometers, so that's roughly 1 hour 15 minutes I guess for Sherpa. So we'll be back from the same location here later on with an update before we then head back to the finish line. Of course the gaps will be increasing between the runners, so that's why I want to wait a little bit now and see if we can still get some other runners. Maybe we walk a bit up the trail to get a bit of different scenery. Kyu-ho Lee from South Korea. That's interesting. Need to check if he has done another ATM race this season. Minimum requirement for the Asia Trail Master Championship final is 2 ATM race finishes during the season. That's the minimum, and then it's of course about being in the top 5 of your country in the points ranking. But for South Korea, it's one of those countries where there's not a lot of runners competing. So if he has done 2 races, he should be qualified for the team if he wants to join. Borneo TMBT, we see Timo Kilbert coming behind this runner, also 50k. Good job, Australian runner. And here we have Timo, German, based in Bali, of course. Going very well, Timo.
Still a long day.
Timo also ran Mantra last month. Mantra is the kind of mountain trail where he is less at ease. Timo is a very good runner. Has a good pace. When he becomes very technical, he tends to struggle a little bit more. And as a matter of fact, I just realized that Luis Alvalais has not come through this aid station yet. So he was one of the first runners going up Batur. So hopefully nothing happened, no injury or anything like that, or going off course, who knows. Here's the next runner.
Hello.
Good job. He was also among the front runners. He's on the 80k, but he was also in that first group, if I recall correctly. So I do wonder if maybe they went off course a little bit, that first group. But who knows? Maybe I'm just trying to find a reason why Luis Alvarez has not passed yet. So he's definitely dropped down the leaderboard in any case. Here we have Yuta Matsuyama now coming, the Japanese runner on the 80k, so that must be position 4 or 5. Is it going, Yuta?
Yeah, pure.
All right.
Nice view.
Yuta Matsuyama, he was third in the 100k last year. Now he's on the 80k. He was actually, he looked like he was going to win last year. But then, as so often with Yuta Matsuyama, the heat catches up to him. And he's taking a bit more of a modest start today. Maybe that's a smart move. Not to exhaust himself too much in the early hours. Because Yuta is a race winner in ATM. But also in Japan he has scored podiums. He was top 20 in Idzu Trail even a couple of years ago. So Yuta, when in shape, is very fast. Next runners. These are actually 21k runners. Good job. So these two runners, they are on the 21k. The first runners on the 21k. That's not a points race. Here we have a 50k runner, also from France. Good job. Here we have Nizar from Bali. How's it going?
Let's go.
All right. With a nice Scott vest. And yeah, so we're missing Luis Alvarez, the Mexican based in Hong Kong. So let's hope that he did not sustain any injury. He was struggling earlier in the season with an injury. There he is, with pulse. There he is, okay. How's it going, Luis?
Oh yeah, these guys are fast, huh?
All right, so no injury or anything at all. They're just fast, the others. He's the only one I see coming down with poles right now. Here we have the next 80k runner with bib 12, Indonesia. Good job. And here we have Angelica Ballo, leader on the 80k. Number 1. So once again, these are the 21k leaders. So they turn around here. It's also out and back course for the 21k. It's not easy to organize trail races in Bali, by the way. It's very difficult to get permits for a lot of places. So an out and back course is probably not only the easiest option, but also the recommended option to avoid issues with marking and, you know, markings that get torn down, stolen, put down. Has all happened before in Bali. Let's see if we can still catch up with Anjali. Angelica Ballo. We have Luis is also still sitting here. Have a quick word with him maybe as well. How's it going, Anjali?
It's okay, it's really steep.
Alright.
Really steep.
But
But it was really nice there.
very beautiful, yeah.
It's so beautiful.
You're comfortably in the lead so far, I think.
Yeah, it's still far.
True.
Many things can happen. It's okay.
Luis, how's it going with you? We were a bit wondering where you were.
Yeah, I was doing alright until I wasn't.
Okay. So just bad legs or?
No, it's technical issues and I'm trying to save it. Trying to
Okay.
save it.
All right. He's the third French runner arriving here at the aid station. You come from France or you live here in Bali?
I live in France, yes.
You live in France, so
Marseille, South.
you're traveling through. Great.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Angelica Ballo leaves the aid station. I think if all goes fine, Angeli will be a comfortable winner today. For Luis, it's also a matter of collecting some points today to be on the safe side to qualify for Team Hong Kong once again. He's been struggling with injury for most of the year.
That's fine, yeah.
How's your injury holding up?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying not
Okay.
to push it. So far, so good, but I could feel it. It was coming, so I thought, okay, take it easy, man. No need
Alright.
to push today.
Exactly.
Nhân plan 5 này thì không có 5 nào quá cái này nữa.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This place is amazing.
All the
Thank you,
best.
guys. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, so with Luis and Angeli leaving the aid station too. Here's the third runner on the 21k. Artagalas. So with that, we will close this live stream of Aid Station 2. We should be back in about half an hour, I think, when Alessandro Sherpa returns to this same aid station here to climb back up Batur. It's an autumn back course, as I mentioned before. He's number 4 on the 21k. So you can see it right here. So after 33.6 kilometers, they will come back here at the Red Lava station. And so will we. So thank you for